Right, original Xbox and live arcade. It seems that the old 360 isn't the only one sporting a live arcade experience. The original old Xbox could do it the same. And this is a game, Alien Sky, which pretty much is a basic Galaxian clone. Bit boring, nice explosions, but bit boring. Typical Western shoot 'em up. Nothing compared to the Asian shoot 'em ups. So let's try another game. I've sped up some of the loading so that everything could fit in 10 minutes. Astro Pop, another Oberon PopCap game. It's a color tile match game, which is pretty cool. You basically have to match 4 tiles of the same color and they will vanish, and you can have more space on the playing field, and over time the stones will drop down line by line. So here I smash away the 4 red ones. So this is basically the gameplay. Let's try another game. Again, I've sped up the loading process, but sort of kept the experience of moving between games alive in this video. So basically the function is the same as on the Xbox 360, very much the same. Tomaters. Well, this is a crap game. I think it features a lot of, I believe it features a lot of power-ups, but it's tame and it's a basic Western shoot-'em-up game. Not very particularly rememberable. I won't be playing this in the future though. I don't know. It's not a very special game to me. Let's try another game. I have to go to the arcade menu and the disc starts loading. Let's try Bejeweled. Well, Bejeweled is also out there on the 360, but it was out there on the original Xbox as well, also by PopCap Games. This is basically Bejeweled version 1, and well, it's a tile match game. Most people know it. A lot of people are addicted to it. You can also play it online in your browser. There's a Flash version out there. Very addictive game. I'm a big fan of those tile matching games. So, not very distinguishable from the 360 version. Different menus, but you would think you are on a 360. And also some retro gaming like Gauntlet. Matt Barton was actually talking about that game in one of his Matt chats. A very good arcade version. I think it's an arcade perfect port, or perhaps even emulation. Won't show you too much. Just some snips, and you'll see me skipping to the 4th level in just a while. Smooth arcade action. And I have to take out some of the footage in order to fit it all in 10 minutes. Let's exit the game and go to the arcade menu and go down to Hardwood Solitaire. Well, this game, exactly this game, is also out on the 360. People are buying this. People have bought it on the original Xbox as well. A very nice and smooth and solid solitaire game. It's a nice way. If you like this game, if you like solitaire, you'll like this game. The interface is very easy to use, and not a bad game. But it's a solitaire game. I mean, running it on a console is perhaps a bit too much. Let's go back to the live interface and see if there's some other games we can try. Now, this is Miss PacMan. A nice game, although it features the same crappy interface as the Miss PacMan game featured on the PlayStation 2. I don't know if this is emulation. I think this is reprogramming, and the graphics are a bit squashed. They are a bit weird, but the gameplay is exactly the same as the original, and the sounds are the same. They sound sampled though, so I think this is a reprogram. And there's all sorts of settings you can change. But let's go and see some of the other games out there. Oh yeah, you can change all sort of settings. And I think it's time to go back to the arcade menu and see what other... Oh, Mutant Storm. Yeah, this one is also out on the 360, but it was out on the original Xbox way before that, and the game actually plays very similar, although I must say that the original Xbox thumbsticks, the analog thumbsticks, are less precise as the new Xbox 360 sticks, so playing the game is a bit harder because the thumbsticks are less exact. I am using a the original, almost too big Xbox controller here on the original Xbox. I love this game. I love dual thumbstick action games. There's quite a bit quite a bit of them out there on the Xbox 360. Ooh, I'm tired. That's why my English is slipping a bit. There's tons of those games out there on the 360, and well, they had their genesis on the original Xbox. Not a lot of people know this, perhaps. I mean, Xbox Live wasn't huge in Europe, at least not in my country, in the Netherlands, but perhaps this is just, you know, very well known in the States. I mean, Xbox Live perhaps was more alive in the States than in Europe. The service came out pretty late here, so we Europeans missed out on it quite a bit. Well, this is retro gaming, Dig Dug, emulation or reprogrammed. The graphics are not exactly the same as the arcade original, so I think this is reprogrammed, but it looks and sounds very much like the original. Now let's go check out the other game, Galaga. Well, also squashed graphics, pretty similar to the stuff that you can find in the PlayStation 2 version of the Namco Gallery, Arcade Gallery, what have you. Pole Position, it's a nice game. The controls are okay, but it's a tough racer though. And it's smooth. I think it's better to play with a real steering wheel or a rotating knob. Analog knob. Controlling it with the analog stick is not so good. Robotron. Robotron is one of my favorites. This is also out on the 360, and as you can see, it is out on the it was out on the original Xbox as well, in basically a similar shape and form. Good solid arcade action, dual thumbsticks, great. I'm glad I had this on the original Xbox. But I also have it on the 360, so what's the point? I don't know. Great game though. And of course I die. And then the final game, Zuma. A puzzle game my wife Elise was pretty addicted to. She actually got quite a good high score. I believe at some point in time, she even was ranking among the top 5,000 players. Well, she hasn't played it in quite a bit, so there's tons of other people in front of her, of course. But yeah, this is it. This concludes the live arcade on the original Xbox. See ya.